Hello, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to an on-the-road edition of Darth Tuba's Star Wars unboxing show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. It is finally the last official day, as they call it, of the 12 days of Christmas. January 6th at the time of this recording. Yes, all my videos tend to drop kind of out of order. Or at least I record things a lot earlier, and that's just because I have busy times with work schedules, so I have to do it this way. So I was out and about doing some regular errands on this beautiful Saturday. Well, not so beautiful, it's kind of cloudy here, and we're expecting some snow, which is kind of nice, actually. And as is normally the case in this town anyway, the holiday decor and the holiday season kind of continues on past the Christmas season until around January 6th, and this is around the time that things start to, the decorations start to come down and things like that. Personally, I like to keep them up another week, and I usually use the second or third weekend in January as my takedown time, because I have a little more time then to do it. But one thing that's kind of nice, that because I haven't been out and about too much the last couple of weeks, is I forgot about the post-Christmas sales that take place. So I happened to be in one place around my town and drove past a Five Below, and I went, oh, Five Below sometimes has some Star Wars tchotchkes and merch and some interesting things. Let's take a look and see what they have. And sure enough, I actually did find a small amount of things. Nothing really on sale, but actually below the Five Below number, which I will kind of share at the end of this video. And then it got me to thinking, well, I have to do some more errands and I have to go to my local Walmart, so I might as well check to see if there's anything kind of new in for 2024. So this will be just a kind of a short drive around video. I wasn't too impressed with the amount of holiday decor, holiday Star Wars themed items that have been out. I think that in a lot of ways there's been maybe a pullback on a lot of that. It seems like Marvel has no shortage of it, but Star Wars seems to have pulled back a little bit. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm not someone, as those of you who watch my channel know, that I'm actually more of a kind of a cleansing, cleaning out, thinning out the collection. So, it kind of goes against it to pick up anything of this little nature. But I do find things from time to time that, that I will put out on my knick-knack shelf and things of that nature. And I love the stuff that's themed to the holidays, because that's a temporary thing. We put that up for a couple of months, 1 or 2 months out of the year, and then it goes away. So you tend to, mix things up a bit. And if you looked at my previous episode, you will see that I've had all those Black Series repaints of holiday themed figures, and there's some Funko Pop figures that are holiday themed, that kind of thing. I like that. I think that's a nice thing, and I hope that that Lucasfilm continues to approve licensees to do that. Having said that, there's only so much one can pick up, and there's only so much room one can put on their mantle, if you will, or near or around their Christmas tree. So I have to kind of be selective. So there were some new things that came out this year, and I was pretty impressed with some of it. Hallmark always does a great job. The Hallmark is kind of the king of it, and they do, not only do they do in their regular stores their collectible ornaments, but they also do their retail ornaments that you can find in CVS's and Kohl's and supermarkets and things like that. So that's a pretty they had some pretty good things, and they tend to be a little bit more mass produced, a little bit less expensive, and often will be something reflective of things that came out this year. So there was more Ahsoka stuff, and of course Grogu, Baby Yoda. He's still dominating the shelves. Although I don't know if he's really dominating what people are buying. I think people have been Grogu'd out, if you will, or rather, one only need, how many Grogus does one need? If you get a Grogu plush and a Grogu ornament, do you need 6 more? That's the question. But I know that, Hasbro and other companies, they try to anticipate what consumers want. But I also think that consumers can be, overwhelmed. You know, I know a lot of people are really trying to have a less is more attitude. I felt, at least around where I was living, I felt that was more of a thing. Like a little bit more pulled back, a little more subdued, but still, celebrating the holidays, just not overdoing it. Some people did, but it's fine. As for, I just put out a bonus video about the animatronic Yoda, which I thought was amazingly freakish, and just because it was so freakish and weird, I just loved it. That's just me. I obviously not everybody agreed with that. I think that there was, I had a comment, someone left a comment that they found it for half the price that I found for. So it means they found it for 75% off, which, God good. And if it's available for that, then I say go for it. I say I thought it was worth $99 for what you were getting. It's a steal at $50. So, but at the same time, I think I'm also kind of over the inflatables. I love the inflatables, but unless you run an inflatable, I got a little one. I got a small, big, ironically, Grogu, holiday themed inflatable, and I run that all the time, meaning all through the holidays. I don't like turn it off during the day and only run it at night. I run it all the time because I hate deflated inflatables. I feel like that's like they look stupid. It's like airing dirty laundry on your front lawn. So, and the animatronic Yoda will not go outside. That thing is not going to get damaged by the wind and the rain and the snow. No, that thing will stay inside. I just hope my cat doesn't decide that he doesn't like it. So we'll see. But I won't know that until next year. So anyway, so the holidays I thought were really nice. Actually, my personal holiday was fantastic. I went down to see my daughter with my wife, and we had a great time down in the parks, Disney parks. We hardly, as I said, in previous videos, we hardly ever went on any rides. We just enjoyed the holidays down there. My only criticism, and it is a minor criticism at best, is for Disney, please do more with Star Wars Land, with the Galaxy's Edge and the holidays. You can deck it out for a Life Day. You can put on, they do have merch, but I think they can do more. I think they can do more decorations, more, they can create their own Life Day stuff to help invite people to come in and see it and do things differently, because it is a wonderful land and I love it. I could live in that land. I could stay there all day. But when you're not doing Rise of Resistance and you're not doing Smuggler's Run, Millennium Falcon Ride, and you're not doing Oga's Cantina, there's not much left. There's eating at Docking Bay 94 or Ronto Wraps or the Tatsaka's Kettle, or buying merch. Which I feel like, okay, that's great, but when you go there a lot, you can't buy everything, and maybe you just want to, maybe there's something, maybe more walk around characters, maybe some type of an entertainment thing. That's one thing I think that Harry Potter Land, or Wonderverse World of Harry Potter, has it beat. That's in my opinion, the only place it has it beat, which is the entertainment. I think that there could be more shows. I know that's a weird thing. I think Disney's a little hesitant to do that, and I understand why. They're hesitant because, you think about a variety show like the Holiday Special didn't go over so well. And, I think that they've done things like the Star Wars dance-off, the Star Wars Palooza, or I forget what it was called. It was like a hoopla, Hollywood, Star Wars Galactic Hoopla or whatever. Hyperspace Hoopla. That's it. Hyperspace Hoopla. And I feel like that's what Disney is nervous about, because I don't think they liked the integrity there. So maybe they're coming up with some ideas. Maybe they're seeing what new streaming services are happening, that see if there's something they can insert into there. But at least during the holidays, it would be nice to see a little bit more decor. If they just did that, I think that would be enough. So anyway. All right, so here I am in my local Walmart. I am not hopeful. I have not been having too many hopeful visits to Walmart when it comes to what is available in the aisles of the toy stores. There have been some cool things, but again, since so much stuff is now pre-order, I don't usually pick it up unless I pre-ordered it and I can literally cancel it in that moment I'm in the aisle. If I can cancel it, then I will do that and I'll just pick it up there. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. And it might be a little late for me to see any holiday stuff. As far as like holiday things in the bigger stores, bigger retailers, like Star Wars holiday theme, there really wasn't a ton. There's a few stockings and a couple of little items like that. Nothing too massive, I miss the days of Target having the Fabergé little statuettes and stuff. I guess really, you know, as I said, Hasbro's kind of taken over that kind of thing with the holiday themed figures, which is fine. That's why I think I like them, because I just loved having those things. Or, you know, used to be able to get a lot of Star Wars themed snow globes and things of that, and nutcrackers. I know that they're still popular, but I think only in like boutique shops, that kind of thing. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, so let's see what they have. That's cool. DC-281. Might be a new face sculpt. Nice. I gotta go. Poor Lando. Poor Valsartha. I gotta check it. I think this one I ordered and it's continually on delay. And I try to cancel it, but it won't cancel. I probably should just grab it. I think I already did though. A lot of Andors. Yeah, for a show that did so well with viewership, it's interesting that it didn't really translate into toys. Hu Yang. I ordered this one and then I canceled it because I'm keeping it on vintage only. It's an interesting smirk on Hera's face. Or maybe it's just a head tilt. I don't know. I think I ended up getting Chrysanthemum in Black Series. But as I said, I'm pulling away from Black Series. Galactic Micro Galaxy Squadron. I love this piece. Watch my video from December about making a gingerbread version of this. I like the Micro Galaxy Squadron. I think it's a cool thing. It's similar to me to the Micro lines back in the 80s. Also found this interesting. We used to have just the Grogu, but now we have BB-8. That's cool. A baby Ahsoka. And a chopper. Oh, little Lola. Cute. These guys are cute. I had a video about those. Yeah, so there's some Star Wars, just not anything like what we're used to. These lightsabers are interesting. There's some more up here. They're really, wow, they're really, yeah, I guess those are these, I'm guessing. Yeah. So look at the choices. Pretty cool. But the, less expensive lightsaber tech has definitely improved. This is a new one, or a newer one. Number 73536. Look at all these minifigs. I wonder how much this is. I'm gonna say that seems a little low, but that's for the walker. That seems more right. Pirate Snub Fighter. Young Jedi Adventures. Still nice to see a lot of Star Wars stuff up. These are similar to those Build-A-Figures I used to like. Cool. And of course, clearance items inevitably will include some Star Wars. Although I don't think the clearance prices are all that good. $25 for the Razor Crest. Some cool stuff here. Oh. $15, not bad. Oh, that's stitched. That Stitch thing is cool. We're a big Stitch family. My daughter's, my fully grown adult daughter, still favorite character, or among her favorite characters. Although I think the Encanto characters are kind of winning over. $12. Vader, do you still talk? Nope. It's been there a while. Oh, there he is there too. the Star Wars discount that I could find. And I did not pick it up earlier. So, there we go. What's Sabine? Oop, one more. I forgot about this little guy. Nubs from the Young Jedi Adventures. The only two there. That's alright. That's good. Seems like they were probably right to pull back a little bit on the Star Wars stuff. Okay, so did pick up those two ornaments. As I don't normally, I'm actually being very careful with my ornament selection these days, but those are two ornaments I do not believe I have on my tree. I don't have a Sabine, and I don't have a Nibs, or Nubs. Nubs is just kind of cute. I'm not really into the Young Jedi show. I watched about 2/3 of the first season, or whatever that considers the first season, about 15 episodes. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute, but definitely geared for, obviously, a younger crowd. But still, it's nice to see them trying to expand upon that High Republic era, set 200 years before what we know as the Star Wars universe. And to see the Jedi in their really, really, really prime. So it's good. I did read the first High Republic novel that first came out, and it was good. I enjoyed it, but I just, my brain doesn't have the capacity at this point to memorize a bunch of 50 to 80 to 100 new Star Wars names just from my mind's eye alone, and not from any help with any kind of visual. I mean, I have comics, I know that, but yeah, I haven't really fully invested myself getting really into the expanded universe. I read an occasional novel here and there, but I try to keep them at standalone novels, and I realize that there's a whole other world out there, and maybe that's a thing down the road in retirement I might consider trying to do, is really get into reading as much of the modern or the Legend series at all. So yeah, so the Walmart wasn't much there. The thing about my Walmart, and I don't know if any of you have the same experience, but my Walmart in my town was let's see if I can get this right. It was supposed to be a super Walmart, but they would not, whether it was, I don't know if it was the town or whoever built it just didn't have enough room. I don't know what the reason is. I'm sorry, I keep sliding off a little bit here. But essentially what happened was they built a super Walmart in the space that a Walmart would fit. So they built a super small Walmart in a very small, we call it a small mart, a super small mart. So it's big, but if you've been to an actual super Walmart, the thing is gargantuan. It's like a full-scale supermarket and a full-scale department store. And it just pretty much one on one side, one on the other. Mine isn't like that. Mine is much smaller. Mine is like the size of a supermarket or a regular size Walmart, and they just kind of fit everything into both, which is great in terms of less walking to get from one end to the other, but it's not great in that the selection of everything, from the types of cereal you want to the choices of toys you want to, the amount of toys that are available in any different brand, everything is much more reduced. I'm sure several people might show me pictures of their local Walmart, super Walmarts, and there might be, and it's half an aisle or at least 3 or 4 feet devoted fully top to bottom to Star Wars. That is not the case here. But I will say that having been in the situation that before this Walmart arrived, I would have to drive 30 minutes to get to my nearest Walmart or Target. And to this day and age, I'd kind of run into a similar issue. At that time there was a lot of stuff. There was still Toys R Us, so there was still product coming out. So, but as I said, I am looking to kind of reduce my Star Wars footprint, if you would, and but I have become more in love with the Star Wars holiday theme all around, just because I think it's like a whole different part of collecting, right? There is regular Star Wars, and then there is, of which that is, broken down into, do you collect Black Series? Do you collect vintage? Do you collect toys? Do you collect other comic books, other things? And then there's the holiday theme, which is far more reduced. It's much more controllable. I mean, even though I have been pretty good at keeping up with a lot of the Star Wars merchandise that comes out for the holidays, specifically themed to the holidays. Not all of it, of course, but I've done a lot of it, and it still all fits in a handful of bins. So there's that to consider too, and I think that that's kind of why it's attractive to me because I just like being able. It's like a 2-month little put it out, display your Star Wars collectibles around the holidays that are holiday themed, and then put them back in. So that's just where my thing. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy and don't want to continue collecting regular Star Wars. It's just that it's in a state of flux right now, and I'm sure there's been a lot of people talking. At the first of the year, everyone likes to talk about their predictions and their thoughts and their ideas about what it is. My predictions are, very pragmatic. I believe that Hasbro and all other companies are going to do their very best to provide the best product they can with the limited budgets that they have. So, and therefore there will be more repaints. There will be more reinvents. Where they do new head sculpts but keep the body the same. I'm gonna, and we just go kind of from there, and we hope for the best. That's kind of where. And then, people aren't gonna want to do that. The people aren't gonna complain about it. There's lots of people who complain. There's lots of people who, who put that out there, and it's sad. Some people feel like they need to do that. So, but what do I predict? I predict that, well, obviously there's going to be more streaming episodes of things. Not too much content coming out this year, but there's going to be more content, and I'm sure Hasbro will have like a big reveal every week of a new episode, and like they've been doing. It'll probably be leaning more towards Black Series, a little less towards vintage collection figures, 3 3/4 inch. And I think they're going to be doing more with the retro line. I think that they feel like there's been more success with that. Mind you, I don't have I'm not going to tell you what I want. What I want is, I love the retro line. I love the 3 3/4 inch. I would like them to do vintage collection figures and continue to re-release old ones so that new collectors can try to pick them up. But also come up with a handful of new ones so that people like me who have already got the old ones don't have to spend as much money during the year. I know that's not ideal. They want more of my money. But that's my prediction. I predict that they're going to be a little more stingy with the VC figures and give us more repaints and resculpts, and we can decide as collectors if we want to repurchase the same figures with better head sculpts, like with the photo real scans, or if we want to do something else. I also predict that Black Series will continue to go down that road. Why? Because that is how they make their money. They know that there's a huge market of collectors out there for Black Series, and because there has been Black Series before even Star Wars was doing it, there was plenty of Black Series collectors out there. So they're trying to get into that. I think kids enjoy playing with that more sometimes. We'll see. I am going to pull back on the Black Series. The only reason I might continue collecting any Black Series moving forward is if they stop all 3 3/4 inch figure making altogether. And even if that happens, I'm only going to purchase very, very specific figures of characters I really like from new shows or what have you. I have plenty of Black Series as it is, although I am probably going to be thinning that out. So that's my prediction. In terms of the new TV shows like Disney Plus, streaming services, I am hopeful, as I always am. I have enjoyed everything that has come out so far. I have no doubt that I will enjoy what new things come out. Will they resonate with me as well as some of the things that have already happened? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I will predict that there will be many people that will voice their dissatisfaction and will just use whatever comes out as validation of how Star Wars has never been the same and it's been ruined by Disney. And that's sad, in my opinion, personal opinion. That's all it is. I'm not trying to, gussy it up and dress it up as fact. It's not. It's my opinion. My opinion is that it's not in any way been failed. I think that they're simply trying to keep the franchise, in the conversation. That's it. Because if you don't, you get the dark times, and I don't like the dark times, and I lived through them. A lot of people that love to complain about Star Wars now weren't even born during the dark times. Specifically kids. I'm talking about 1986 through 1995. Those were the dark times when it comes to collecting and Star Wars in pop culture. So we'll see what Disney can do. I do hope that they pull back on movie releases and start making them more event-oriented every couple of years. All right, I know George Lucas did it because he needed the years to get the movies made, because he did a lot of it himself. but I hope that Disney adopts that philosophy to make it more of a big deal. And I think not even 2 years, I think every 3 or even 4 years is a good thing. Like, make it like the Olympics. Like a big, huge tentpole film come out every 3 or 4 years, and then a couple of streaming services here and there to kind of keep the interest. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so let me show you the things that I picked up at the Five Below. But before I do that, I don't know if I actually ever showed everybody the front of my house for my decorations, as they're probably going to be coming down this week. But of course, there on the porch is Grogu. That's my one inflatable, and he stays up all the time. And I did check my electric bill, and it really hasn't been much higher. In addition to that, there's a little Minnie Mouse there next to, yes, my name is Darth Tuba, and if you look closely, you'll see next to the side of Grogu there is a tree that is sitting inside of a tuba. That is right, because this is Darth Tuba's house. And in addition to that little Minnie Mouse blow mold, which I got on sale at Lowe's right before Christmas, there are my hand-painted 7 dwarves that I picked up at an antique store. I had something similar to this growing up. My parents put stuff up like that, so I decided to pick them up. They're not screen accurate in any way, but they're cute and they're quaint. And there you go. Okay, so at Five Below, for about, I think these were selling for $1 or maybe $2. Some Grogu Mandalorian wrapping paper, which is pretty much just a Christmas thing with the snowflakes, but I guess you could use it any other time of the year. And there's another kind of it similar, but this one includes a little frog and is in black and white. So this, believe it or not, is a 4-foot Christmas tree for $2.50. It's on 50% off. And I figured if there's room for a 5th Star Wars tree in the future, or my daughter sometime was thinking about getting one for next year, and I thought a 4-foot tree is perfect. Now these were not on sale, but these were cute little Funko Pop keychains, but I just love the small amount. So what I think I'm going to do is actually pull out the keychain part and put these into a ornaments, make the little ornaments with them. So got that. We got Sabine Wren again, another love for Sabine. Love that character. Fennec Shan. It's all the love for the ladies here, man. Look at all the... And General Harrison Dula. That's it for the Star Wars stuff. I did get a few more for some more ornament ideas. I'm going to use these little Stitch. The Stitch is upside down. Oh, no, it's not. This little Stitch, these little Stitch figurines. I'm going to put them into ornaments. There's a couple of them here. And we're a big Stitch family. And then we have these little Stitch balls. I'm not exactly sure what's in these, but I'm sure they're holiday Stitch related. So I got to pick up 2 of those. They might be the same thing. I'm not sure. And then lastly, I got this cute little Funko Pop of Mickey Mouse as a gingerbread character. So there you go. But yeah, overall, I'm excited to, in this time of year, I like to do some more, we took all the Lego Advent calendar pieces and made them into ornaments, and now we're going to do the same thing with these. And sometimes I put them on wreaths, sometimes I give them away as gifts. Like, I'll give out a lot of Christmas cookies during the holidays, and I'll just put all these in storage and then take them out one at a time and use them as little decorations to attach to the tin of cookies. So just a nice thing to give, and it's a little bit of a personal item, something you do. Hey, maybe I'll put them all together and put them up for sale on Etsy or something, who knows. All right, so that'll do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.